All right. Welcome back to Dank Scott Traders Hub. Yes, this is some other great time. Yes, it is a Wednesday, and we are back here for yet another session of analysis. So, without any further ado, you guys know the drill. If it is your first time here, go ahead and subscribe. Of course, go ahead and give us that thumbs up, and of course, don't forget to share the link to your family, to your friends, to your WhatsApp groups, to your social media handles, and share so that you can bring people around, bring your friends around to create this community of traders with the same strategy, with the right mindset as we keep on growing. All right, without any further ado, you know the drill. We pray and get into this session of analysis. Father, we say thank you that we're back here for yet another session where we analyze the charts and look at the possibilities of making money today. And we say thank you that we made money even yesterday. Even though we made some losses, we know today we will recover greatly. And whatever happened yesterday, we know things are changing. You're the God that brings on all the change that we need. You're the God that gives us positive change for the glory of your name. So we say thank you that even today, as we start the analysis, we are seeing the best of setups. We are seeing the A+ trade setups, and we are working on them to make it happen. Yes, we are going to glorify your name at the end of the day. We give you glory and honor. In Jesus' name we prayed and believed. Amen and amen. All right, guys. Right about now, it's gonna be our usual thing. We will get in the gold analysis. As usual, you guys know we start with gold. So if it is your first time here, make sure you do subscribe, because you may never see us again. So if you don't want to miss out on this analysis again, I urge you to go ahead and subscribe, because we analyze on a daily basis, Monday to Friday. So if you want to be part of this, you can do it right now and subscribe so that you don't miss any other single analysis that will be done here, any other live stream, any other upload shorts. I upload shorts. If you want to see some of these setups that we actually grab on this live stream, I normally cut some of those setups and make them shorts, so you can always watch them later according to shorts. All right, so now without any further ado, let's get into gold. Please let me know where you're watching us from. I really would love to know, and of course give you a shout as we start the analysis. All right, so yesterday on gold played games. I played a lot of games, by the way, and I later realized this was according to H1. H1 was not yet ready for the pullback buy move that we wanted. So yesterday we were here. We wanted our buys from this level. Yes, the buys started, but did not, of course, go as we had anticipated to go all the way up there. This was our level here. It was according to M5 and M1. If I can show it to you, yesterday this was the level right here. We were anticipating this pullback here so that we can enter buys. Yeah, and that's what happened. And it even gave us a fake change of character on M5, because that would have confirmed the buy momentum that we wanted for this kind of a buy move. But then it had a strong level right about there. It had a strong resistance level right around there. Price failed to break that level and dropped massively. It dropped all the way where to this very level, 46.50. It dropped all the way to that level, touched a little bit of that fair value gap, 50 that H4 fair value gap, but did not mitigate it fully. You know, I had told you we wanted price to get there and then to come to this 46.50. If you can see this, my anticipation, our analysis yesterday was a pullback to reach there and then drop to 56, to this very level, 46.50. Then probably we get to see some buys, or it drops to mitigate this fair value gap on H4 and gets us into buys again, or drop all the way to this order block and get us back into buys. That was our simple analysis. But what did we see? We actually saw price drop to 46.50 and went a little bit down to probably did not break it, just went through it around 30 something, 46.30 something. So it did not break that level. It was only the wick which was grabbing stop losses. It was grabbing stop losses of all the early buyers on that were below that level. We had many order blocks the price was looking at. When it failed to give us an entry here, we had marked this valid order block as our other possible entry, but it was actually not the one that we were supposed to look at. We were supposed to look at this one right here. Why? Because this was the one that was within the H4 order block. If I can show you that, let me show you this. This is the H4 order block right here. This candle here, this was the H4 order block. And now within the H4, if I can draw it, let me just have it. Within this H4 order block, we had to look for the H1 order block within this H4, and the H1 order block was this. What is happening? Why isn't it? Okay, so it was this. This was the H1 order block right here, right there. So within the H1 order block, we had to look for the M15 order block, and that was this one, that H1 OB, that M15 OB within the H1 order block. It was this that you see currently here, this one right there. So that's why price came to it. That's why price came to it, and that's why price couldn't break that structure to drop down. That's why it was only the wick that actually broke that, to show us it was looking for stop losses of the early buyers, and of course also to confirm the buy move to take us all the way here. Now that it has dropped again to this 61.8, 46.50 level, we are likely not to see price actually return back to look for that order block. We are likely to see some good momentum buy moves. The only issue that we are currently seeing is price is failing to break some levels like these here, a level like this, a level like that. Price is failing to break it. That tells us that we are still somehow bullish, bearish. Price can literally fail to break this and first drop to look for this mitigation, this fair value gap. It touched it, it did not fully mitigate it. According to H4, it can easily come to mitigate it fully. So let's first clean up our chart. Delete all that. We have this. This was a daily one. This is the M15, I think, order block. Okay, all right, so we have this was not respected, so we can delete it. It respected this. Now we also are done with it, so we can drag this to have it reach this other level. So that is our point of interest. That is still our point of interest. So I'm gonna delete this. No, we haven't seen it yet, so we are just gonna have it right about here. Still, price can drop to mitigate this fair value gap, but also we know down below here we have fair value, we have an order block, a valid order block right here where this buy momentum started from. So price can easily drop back to that or drop back to this, but according to what I see, this is where we saw some good momentum buy moves starting from that level. So this would be my overall valid order block. So price can literally do this, sorry guys, we can easily see this kind of move from where we are to drop all the way to this level, to mitigate this fair value gap or to mitigate this order block. So how are we going to see it, to see this? According to H4, yeah, price failed to give us a breakout structure, failed to break that previous resistance, so it dropped massively and then pulled back a little bit. Now the previous H4 candle closed with some good momentum, but we had also a rejection coming in from buyers and whatever. So how are we going to see this? We know it closed as a sell candle, with some good momentum. That body is big enough than the wicks, which still shows us that we actually bearish. The current H4 started as a buy, but now according to what we can see, sellers had came in strong to take out the momentum of these buyers. So we know anytime from now we're still remaining with about 11 minutes for this current H4 candle to close, and that is some good momentum coming from sellers. Looking at daily time frame, you can clearly see how yesterday closed. It closed of course as a sell, but we saw a great rejection coming in from buyers yesterday. After it dropped massively for the sell, we saw buyers come in strongly to reject, and we closed the day like that. Now sales have to come and mitigate this. So according to daily time, we still need buys and prices above a 10 mm. However, on H4 we are currently seeing sells. Why? Because price is below a 10 MA and we clearly see rejection coming in from sellers. Clearly that was a doji candle followed by a sell candle with some good body of the candle, which clearly shows you momentum of sellers. And the current H4 candle is not yet done, it's not yet closed up, but we clearly see the rejection coming in from sellers. That tells you what you need to know, that sellers have the control apparently of this market. So what can we use this momentum to do? We can apparently go to H1 and look at what is happening. Look at that rejection there. Can we enter? According to H1, yes we can, but we have no confirmation of this entry, so we rather drop to M15. Can we enter on M15? No, M15 is still strongly bullish. M15 is still bullish. So what can we do here? M15, we wait for it to give us the confirmation of this sell. Now look at this. I love seeing something like this because it tells me what I really need to know at the end of the day, what I need to do actually. I love seeing something like this. This clearly tells me what price is gonna do in the next few hours, or minutes. Right about now, this clearly shows me that price is actually gonna drop at a certain time. It's gonna drop massively, and I'll be looking at a TP like this all the way to here, this will be my kind of trade. This will be my kind of trade today. So now that I've seen this on M15, I know price is still going to buy, but then it will later drop for the sell. So if I go to M5, I can wait for this buy, then later enter the sell. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for a move like that. Scalpers can of course literally wait for something like this, because I can guarantee you if we go to M1, you'll be seeing some buy moves. Clearly that's what we are currently seeing. We will see the buy move right here on M1, and on M5 price will be coming all the way to that level to mitigate it, and then we come strongly with a drop. Look at that on M1 with a drop. So this is something that I'm gonna be anticipating. Scalpers, you can wait for M1 to start buying and then enter your buys to reach there, and from there we are likely not to break it. If it continues, then it will rise all the way to that level. According to M15, you can clearly see this is our previous order block on M15, so it can as well go all the way to there. So let me have it also so that you plan accordingly. You don't just enter, you enter with confirmation. If you don't see any indication of reaction, you don't just enter when the momentum is still strong for buys. You wait for the sell momentum to come in. So as of now, yeah, this is how I'm gonna look at this move. This is how I'm gonna look at that move today. I'm just gonna wait. For this to happen, and then I'll be coming in with my buys. So what do I do here? Just wait for M1 to do its thing. We wait for M1 to do its thing, and then we come in with our buys. Boom, 1,000. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you that I'll be picking again, as usual. I'll be picking a bonus asset, any asset that you want me to analyze, whether it is a Forex asset, whether it is a synthetic index asset, as long as it is on this current broker that I use, I'll be able to analyze it. Now, if you want me to do that, please put it in the comment section. I'll be able to see it the moment we are done with V75 analysis. So this is Boom 1,000. Now, yesterday we waited for a confirmation of sales. We were waiting for that kind of a sell, but price did not do exactly what we needed. I wanted to enter sales the moment it broke this level. It did not break it, so it continued with a buy momentum and reached our TP level. We wanted to buy to reach that level. So when it reached our TP level, that's when the momentum of sales actually began. So all this, now we don't need it, all this, cause price did not actually go according to our anticipation like how we wanted. So right about now, price has reacted all the way there. You can clearly see the sales began from here, and that was a change of character on M15 to drop, and then later had to come back to confirm and take away the stop losses of the early sellers right about there. And now we are in for a ride. Remember, I told you this ride is likely to bring us all the way here or even continue down below. So now that we have this ride, look at this. I love seeing this. This here is a head and shoulder pattern right about there. This is a head and shoulder right about there. Look at that confirmation. Look at that confirmation. That was a confirmation. This, if we were in the market a few minutes back, we would have made our entry on that very candle to sell this. And this, what am I going to do now that I've missed this perfect entry? I'm just going to wait for a pullback, a little pullback, either from here or from where we are currently. That little pullback is what I'm going to wait for. Once I have that, then I'm going to enter my sales again to drop all the way to here. So that is it. So today it's a sell day. We are not going to look at anything else. We are just going to look at sales. Now, this is on M15. I wanted just to give you a little glimpse. We already analyzed the higher time frame. We've been analyzing it and seeing what is happening. So I hope you. Let's first go to weekly time frame. I show you why we are actually looking for that. Sorry, I deleted that on. That is the order block. So it broke structure. It broke structure. Yes, the other day, the other week, actually this week it broke structure. This was our lower low, lower high there, so it broke structure here to give us, it's now looking for a new lower low. That's why we are strongly selling. If you go to a daily time frame, this is where it broke structure from according to daily time frame. It broke structure from according to daily time frame. Lower low, lower high, and then lower low, lower high, and then dropped here to look for a new lower low. Dropped here to look for a new lower low. That's why we are currently seeing the sales coming in. According to H4, same thing. We had a break of structure all the way there, same thing, break of structure there, same thing, break of structure there, and now we have a lower low already. We have gotten our lower high here on H4, so it is dropping to look for a new lower low according to M15. According to M15, according to H4. So what are we going to do now? According to H4, you can clearly see it went all the way up. Even on H1, it mitigated that order block, that initiated this sell move. Price had to return to it. Clearly you can see that it returned to it. That move was returning to that order block, and now the massive sell has begun. So that's why we are looking for sales. We are looking for sales to return to this order block on H1 or H4, but also M15. But remembering that there's a possibility of us continuing with sales according to weekly and daily time frame. Why? Because we had a break of structure. Now, according to H4, if price fails to break that previous lower low, this previous lower low, then we will be anticipating a buy momentum from there. We will be anticipating buy momentum, the entry, if it decides to break without a pullback. All right. Hey, Patrick, how are you? Good morning. All right, so now let's get to V75. Please, I remind you, if it is your first time here, please don't forget to subscribe. But also, if you have any asset that you feel like we should analyze today as our bonus asset, drop it in, and we will analyze it. And we are done already with gold. If you missed the gold analysis, you can just push back that I don't know how you call it, and you'll be able to see the gold analysis and the moves that we are actually waiting for. But you can also keep around, as we are going to recap on it and see you the possible trade setups of today, so that you can actually be able to grab the same moves that we'll be looking into today. Now, V75, let's go. A reminder, guys, we use smart money. That's our analysis. We combine it with chart patterns, and we have been trading this kind of strategy for quite some good time. Those who are on VIP, they can attest to the profits. They can attest to the profitability of what we've been using. So right now, you know, if you want a full class of smart money, then you can use the number in the description and link up with me. I'll be able to let you know what you need to know and how the classes are done. Otherwise, I appreciate you coming around. And now let's work on V75. Now, V75 yesterday, I made a mistake in the live analysis. Yep, I want to apologize for that mistake, but we all do. So I made a mistake of making an early entry before my confirmation on M5 and M15. So when I made that mistake, price actually did not pull back like we had anticipated. The anticipation was if it fails to break here, it will pull back, but I did not wait for a confirmation, so it failed to pull back like we anticipated, because we were using actually the smallest time frame, which is M1, and we dropped and we entered our buys, which were taken out later with this high momentum sell move. Why? It was my bad, because I had already told you, those who were here yesterday, I had already told you this falling wedge clearly signifies continuation of sales or continuation of a bearish trend. Why? Because you look at where price is coming from, that's where price will be continuing. That's what it did, and it hit the target just like that. You can clearly see that it hit the target. So we made that loss, and on the pullback, of course, it did this. I had already made a loss, so it was not that big. The loss was not that big, because from that structure we had, this is where we had put our stop loss. Let me show you. It was a small small loss. It was very significant. That is where we had put our stop loss, below those two things, those two rectangles. So now we can look at today. That was yesterday's analysis. That is the only trade I took yesterday, apart from the gold trades that I take on another account. But on this account I take these synthetic trades. So I only took this trade manually, and it took me out. Then of course the rest of the trades are for the bot, and already the bot has now entered the buy. I don't know why it has entered the buy. I'm yet to understand it. So now let's understand it, why the bot has actually entered the buy, and what are we looking at today. So let's start from the daily time frame. As usual, we still need sales. That's the momentum, and that's the general momentum, that's the general trend. We're looking for sales to mitigate this valid order block. If we go to H4, on the other hand, our price has reached oversold level, meaning buys should be coming in right down there. You can clearly see. I want to see whether it reached the order block. It did not, and now that makes me wonder whether I can look for buys. According to what I see, we need sales according to H4 currently, because price did not mitigate, did not reach this previous order block, this one right here. Price did not reach this order block right there to give us the buy moves, the buy move. It did not reach there. So what did it do? It came around to reach this other one right here. So we know that it has just touched the oversold. So we know, according to how we understand it's likely to do this, then it gives us the buy later. take us like that. So as it is dropping down, that's when it is likely to mitigate this order block of H4, and that's what I'll be waiting for. So that means we're actually now looking for sells according to M15. So now we come to M15. Manually we are looking for sells. I don't know why the bot is looking for buys. The buys are according to H4 and H1 from what I see. M15 right now, it needs to sell. It needs to sell. So I will drop to M15 and zoom in. Look at this point of interest right here, right there, to use it to understand what is going on M15. Then I'll drop to H4. I will delete this because it was broken out of, so I don't need it anymore. And now I will go back to M15. I will see what is happening clearly. I need to see what is happening clearly. So we are overbought on M15. On M5 we need sales also. That seems to be having a shaky momentum. Seems to be having a shaky momentum of these sells, which is quite weird for me to handle now. I want to go to H4. We know we have this. My anticipation is this according to H4 to drop here. Before I can do that, I want to see how yesterday closed. Yesterday closed with a great rejection coming in from buyers. That was great rejection. And today I started with rejection of sellers dropping sells. In fact, started with a buy, now we see a rejection. Started with a buy, now we see a rejection coming in from sellers. And my anticipation is simple, according to H4, is to drop here and then pull us back to there, according to H4. According to H4. According to H4, take us back to there. To there, at least all around these fair value gaps. Why? Because this was a break of structure right here. That was a break of structure here, and this was our lower low, so this can be easily our lower high to drop here to give us a new lower low, which may literally continue with sales, or according to what we've seen on H4, or fail to give us a new lower low and bring us all the way back to there. So there's no way I'm going to look for buys. I'm actually going to look for sells. In fact, if I'm a swing trader, I would enter my sells here according to H4, not according to any time frame, and put my stop loss above that level and aim for a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 3, which will eventually give it to me. A 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 and move out of the market, because this drop has to happen. Why? This is our lower low, lower high. It has to look for a new lower low according to market structure. All right, so we've seen that. As an intraday trader, I may not enter now because the entry I've just told you is for swing traders. But as an intraday trader, I may wait for the breakout right there, and this would be my target. This would be my target there. My first TP, my second TP, of course, on this H4 order block. Now, if it fails to break this order block on M5, then I may also wait and anticipate this pullback to mitigate probably this fair value gap on M5 or the order block above it, and that would be your sniper entry as a scalp and an intraday trader. That is it. That is that is the way I can wait for my sell entries. Until then, there's no business here. I cannot enter until I see these two options coming through. So that's it. That's it for me. I'm not buying I'm not going to enter buys just like the EA is suggesting that we are looking for buys now. Yep, I'm not going to buy, and you can clearly see that it's putting the stop loss below here. That means once price breaks this level, it's going to look for sales. That is the EA trading. So but as for me, I'm just gonna wait for this confirmation of the entry to the sales or to the downside. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to look for. We are looking for a new lower low according to H4 to reach here. This is our lower low, lower high, so it has to drop for a new lower low, unless otherwise, unless there's a weird momentum coming from whatever, because remember, we are not market makers, we are just market followers. So whatever the algorithm decides to push, we will follow it. But according to what we see, according to M15, sales are on until it breaks fully that level. Until it breaks fully that level. If the body of the candle closes above there, then you know that you have a breakout on that resistance. That means the buys will continue just like the board is suggesting. But as of now, according to market structure and whatever, we are looking for this drop according to H4. That's it. I hope you have understood something, and probably you are also understanding how market structure works and smart money works. If you still don't understand it fully, you can as well register for the mentorship class, and I'll be able to take you through to understand the way we trade this strategy. Excuse me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a bonus asset by Robina. Robina suggests that we go for a jump 10 analysis, so let's jump into it and get in with our bonus asset J10. J10. So J10, what happened the last time we saw it? Yeah, I think, let's see, when was it? It was here. We wanted that sell move. Those who remember, I hope you guys were able to make that money. Robina, this is the last time we saw it, and my anticipation was this drop of a sell, which happened like the next day, not that day. Of course, the first TP was hit. Let me just go to M15 and go to that level. This was the level. I told you I would wait for my buy entries right there. Look at that. Pull back there, and the sell began. Actually, 2 times, and the sell began. Hit the first TP there, then the second TP right here in the same day, then of course the third TP in the next day. That was our third TP the next day. I hope you're able to make that money, Robina, and I believe even Patrick trades the same. I hope you guys are able to make that money. So now let's talk about today. We delete this. I want to have a clean chart. Let's start from a daily. We first delete these here. Let's start from a daily time frame. Let's have a clear chart, actually, full clean chart. All right, daily. This is a weekly. All right, so according to the weekly time frame, price mitigated that, and now we have a change of character right about here. No, not there. This was a change of character. This was to confirm the drop. Now we are getting a new lower low right now. According to weekly, it's looking for a new lower low, so that means we are bearish. All right, so that is market structure and price action. So according to H4, I mean daily time frame, this is where we saw a change of character. We got our lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Now you can clearly see it's continuing. Now we are on this weekly daily order block, which is a support level and a strong one. It failed to break it here, went all the way there, now it came strongly. Is it going to break it? We will see about that. This is a weekly order block here, so I may not need it now. I may actually use this. Let me use that as my support right about there. So from there we know it's gonna drop here, that's for sure. From there, if it breaks this level, it's coming here according to daily time frame. So if we know that, then we know that according to H4, but before we continue with that sell that we are talking about, this drop breakout here, clearly we have a signal coming in from CCI that we need to be looking at buys. We are oversold right there on the daily time frame. We are oversold. So if we are oversold, that means we need to look at lower time frame and wait for market structure shift. So our lower time frame, our immediate lower time frame after daily time frame, that will be H4. So we need a market structure shift on H4. Once we have a market structure shift, then we will be considering buys. Now look at this. This is our lower low right here. That is our lower high. Now price has dropped back to that level and it is failing. You can clearly see rejection coming in from buyers, and even the reduced momentum, you can clearly see that. So this clearly tells us that we are going to be anticipating buys anytime from now. You can clearly see this, see how price has been moving for quite some days right there. So that tells you what you need to know. So we can now drop to M15 and we wait for the buy momentum. Look at this. Here we see our change of character, our very fast change of character on M15. And this is our lower low, same lower low of H4. It's where we saw our change of character on M15. So this drop coming back here, it's going to confirm the market structure shift to actually get in with the buys. Look at that. Price reacted all the way back to this order block and the buy momentum began once again. So now there's no need of price returning back to this. It's gonna return to that, and that's why we see prices reacting to there. Now anytime from now, it's gonna gain enough momentum as price gets oversold. Right now we are consolidating and or we are accumulating orders. As price gets to that level, we are going to be accumulating orders and we will get enough momentum to break and get us into the buy momentum, into the buy trend. So right now, what can we do? We wait, because this is consolidating. You don't want to be in a market that is accumulating, that is consolidating. You rather just keep outside and wait for it to do its thing, because after that you will have a good move to make this money. So right about now, this, the way we see it, price is accumulating, is consolidating, and by the time it is done, will be oversold both on M15 and probably, wait a minute, H1 still needs to sell massively. And if I see this, just a minute guys, high low, so this clearly may turn out to continue with sales according to this pattern. Actually, according to this pattern, we may continue to see sales, but I also want to remind you that, oh yeah, this is a pennant, so we will see sales. We are likely to see this drop. We are likely to see this drop. We are likely to see that drop. So forget about this for now. that move is only viable if price fails to break this and gives us momentum of buys, and probably we get a signal from CCI that actually confirms with the buy momentum. But as of now, according to this pennant, yeah, the drop is on. We may continue with this sell, but with low momentum, which still doesn't give me anything to work with. I cannot trade a low momentum market. Look at that. So right now, if I go to M5, I believe we may be looking for buys to take us where, to take us there again, and probably you can get in your sales if you're lucky to drop a little bit down. But remember, we are on this M15 support level. It's gonna take some momentum, high momentum, to break it, to even break this other order block, which is also a support. Why? Because price mitigated it here to make it a support. It was an order block first, then touched it to make it a support, then gave us another mini support here. So it's gonna be hard to break it like that. So that's why I tell you it's gonna be a low momentum for price to break these two and drop all the way here. So for you, you have to look for sales, but I don't know how you're gonna do it. It's likely to be a low momentum unless we see this kind of a pullback, so that you have your early entry around such a level there, and then probably enter your sales and hold. But for now, I'm not gonna look for any buys because we are still selling. This is a pennant which it clearly shows you we are continuing with sales. All right, so that's it. I hope Robina and probably Patrick, you've now gotten where the market is headed. Remember, I told you down below there where the price will be taking us is the daily order block. So it is likely to give us that kind of a fake breakout on the daily time frame, hopefully today or tomorrow, and then we come in strongly with the buys to take us up according to H4 and H and daily time frame. So we are not likely to see buys today. The buys we may probably see them tomorrow, but not today. According to today, market is still strongly bearish. That's what I see. Hopefully you guys will be able to use this analysis to make informed decisions as you trade today. All right, so that's it. Let's now get in with our recap. If there's no other asset that you guys want us to analyze, and so we can call it a day. We have about 3 minutes, so that calls it. Actually, we cannot analyze any other asset. Let's now get in with our recap and we call it a day. All right, you're welcome, Robina. Thank you for coming around also. Let's now make our recap. Please, I want to remind you that the VIP signal group is still available. Yep, I know yesterday's market was very slow, so today we are likely to make some good money, and in fact I may make this buy move on this pullback move on jump 10. Look at this, we are likely to make this pullback jump 10 move. It can be a scalp move. If that candle closes with that rejection coming in from buyers, the next candle may give me an entry. Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm actually, next candle may give me an entry. I may enter an entry on M5. So scalpers of J10, this can be your trade. Even if you're an intraday trader, M5 is okay to move from there to there. You can capitalize it and make your daily target from there to there. That can be good money. All right, we started with gold. I told you guys we started with gold, and I also told you that we have this sort of like a flag, but not clearly a flag. And I told you this already indicates continuation of sales, and that's clearly what we've seen already. Price has broken out of that resistance trend line, and now we know that it's gonna continue selling. But can we enter now the sells? I doubt I can enter, maybe if I see a pullback, because I'm not ready to make a weird entry. Yeah, no, I'm not entering, but we know sales are continuing. We wanted to enter our sales all the way from there, but price has broken down this resistance trend line, so we have no business unless it fails to close below this and goes back inside. Unless it does that. Why? Because that is our M15 candle that has broken out. So it has closed out, so that tells us that we are continuing to sell. So there is no pullback to that level. We are likely to continue dropping right now. So no business now. I'm not going to enter it until I have a better shot, a better entry. So yeah, no business. That is gold. Gold, today's market, we are continuing with sales. Then we analyzed Boom 1000. I told you I will enter sales once I see a pullback. So pullback has started, so I'll be waiting. I will be waiting. I want to see why. Okay, that makes sense. M5 makes sense here, right there. Yeah, so I'm gonna delete this for now. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that because this candle here mitigated that order block, so I'm gonna use this. That is our strong support. So all I want is pullback. Any pullback that comes around there, it's gonna give me an entry. It's gonna give me an entry to the downside or to the sells. I need price to come at least back to 50% as my risky entry. My risky entry will be at 50% of this fib retracement level. Then my second entry will be in when it starts to drop again. That will be my second entry. Risky entry, early entry at 50% or 61.8. But sometimes it comes around 50% and it drops immediately without going to 61.8. So if you have some good money, you can enter your first entry at 50% and then wait for when it starts to give you the reaction on of sales above 61.8 there. Then you enter your sales again as your second entry to bring it all the way down below, just like we want. This is our TP right there. All right, but of course if it fails and gives you a breakout here, then you can also enter immediately, which will be very risky. I don't normally encourage that immediate entry. I normally encourage a pullback, at least another pullback, then you can enter. But sometimes the risky entry, sometimes it may not pull back after breaking the support, sometimes it does not pull back. So that's it. You have, I believe you have the way you have created your entry criteria in your trading plan. If you have it, if you don't, then you need to look into that. I teach all these in my mentorship class. If you want to know more, then you can contact and I'll be able to take you through the lesson. All right, so that's it on Boom 1000. We are ready for the sell when price reaches that level, but as of now the buy is on according to M5 because it's a scalp buy to take us there. So if you can even go to M1 and you'll see that the buy is on, but I'm not gonna look for the buy. I need a sell. V75, yeah, I told you we are strongly selling. I can only enter sales if price breaks this level, or if I see a pullback to that level, then I can enter my perfect entry of the sales. But until then, this is a no-go for me. but we are still very bullish. Remember that we are still very bullish according to H4. All right, we also had a jump 10 as our bonus asset, and I told you for buyers and for scalpers, if price fails to break this level now, we are likely to get a perfect entry for the buys. Let's see on M5. Oh, that is a strong momentum coming in from sellers. All right, let's wait and see how it closes. This M5, it still has 1 minute to go. Okay, the minute is done and it has closed below it. That is crazy. Yeah, that means no entry here. It has closed without even a wick. That shows you momentum, high momentum of sellers. So right now the sale is on because this candle has closed below it, unless if the M15, if this M15 candle fails to close below it. So I will wait for this M15 candle to close. It still has about 10 more minutes for the M15 candle to close to confirm that actually we are selling. Yes, M5 has closed below it, but we are oversold, so it doesn't give me exactly what I need. I need to wait for now M15. If M15 closes below this trendline resistance, then that will be a good to go of sales. But if it fails to close below it, just like we are seeing currently, it has gone back inside, then we will be looking at the buy move to take us all the way right there. I think that makes sense to you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was my pleasure to do analysis with you. I hope you've picked one or two things today. Please don't forget to give us that thumbs up, keep on liking, please give me that thumbs up. I'll treasure it. And of course, if it is your first time here on this channel, make it a point to subscribe if you've loved the content, if you've loved what we're doing here, and of course subscribe so that you may see us again if you've loved us. If you don't, please, it's okay, no wahala, no issues. But if you truly would love to see us again and you've never subscribed before, then subscribe. You'll be able to see us tomorrow 10:30 East African time. We'll be back here tomorrow. It's always a 1 hour session from 10:30 East African time to 11:30. So do it if you still want to see us again tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Happy trading. Remember to use proper risk management as you keep on trading, and not to trade like a crazy person. See you guys. Bye bye.